let's get started. And first up is Kelly.
Well, first of all, I would like to, last night, we lost a great woman from New Hampshire, Gail Thompson, who is Mel Thompson's widow, who was a great governor and a conservative governor who focused on protecting New Hampshire and keeping our taxes low and our structure. I'd like to just recognize Gail, and she was a wonderful woman and a role model for many of us who aspire to serve the public. I'm Kelly Ayotte, and I'm running for Senate because I'm very concerned, I think like many of you, with the direction that our country is headed in. I'm a New Hampshire native, and I was born in Nashville. My husband Joe was as well. We're a middle-class family, and we're a military family as well. My husband Joe served in the Iraq War and still serves as a lieutenant colonel in the Guard. He's an A-10 pilot. We're also a small business family. When my husband got home from the war, he started, and I worked with him to start a landscaping and snow plowing business. So I appreciate that very much. It's not the government in this country that is going to bring the jobs back that we need. It's our small business owners in this state and across the nation. And what we can do is lower the taxes on our small businesses at the state level and the federal level, and also cut through burdensome regulations that make it very difficult for our business owners to go forward and to create the jobs we really need right now. And as Ronald Reagan said, government is not the solution, government is the problem. And we've seen that with the challenge that we face. We are bankrupting our country, and getting our fiscal house in order is very important to our long-term economic growth and to our quality of life. We have 2 children, and I am very concerned that we are not only all of us here in this room, but the opportunities that we are passing on to our children because of the trillion dollar plus deficit that we're carrying each year. The $12 trillion debt is going to hurt not only everyone in this room, but future generations in this country. And we're going to have to make some tough decisions. I had the privilege of serving our state for 5 years as Attorney General. And in that role, I handled some tough cases for our state. I'm used to seeing the red and yellow cards because I argued a case before the United States Supreme Court defending our parental notification law, and that's what they do at the Supreme Court. But I'm not afraid to make difficult decisions that need to be made, and we need leadership in this country to rein in spending in Washington. I think we all appreciate that, like other New Hampshire families, my husband and I, when we sit around our kitchen table, we have to prioritize and live within our means. And all of us here know that if we continue to spend twice as much money as we take in, that we cannot sustain that. So we're going to have to cut spending rather than expanding government programs like they're doing right now, creating hundreds of new agencies with the healthcare bill and other things they're doing in Washington. We're going to have to begin to sunset government agencies. End wasteful spending through earmarks. We're going to have to fight for a balanced budget in this country. And there are tough decisions to be made, but they need to be made to protect our economic future. And finally, we need to keep our country safe. You know, unfortunately, the administration, they're trying to treat terrorism as some kind of man-made disaster. We all know that we need to treat terrorists as terrorists. And I disagree with the way that our Attorney General has been making the decision to try the mastermind of 9/11 in New York City. No terrorist should ever hear you have a right to remain silent. We have to protect our nation. And right now the administration is taking us in the wrong direction when it comes to getting valuable intelligence that we need to protect our country from future terrorist attacks. This is a critical election. It's a watershed election for our country. You know it. The Democrats know it because we've got our Democratic tracker over there, by the way. But we cannot let Paul Hodes be our next senator. He's someone that believes the government is the answer to all of our problems. when we know that it's our people, our families, our belief in personal responsibility, concepts that have been lost in Washington. We need to bring personal responsibility back as an important concept of government. I appreciate being here with you tonight. I need your help. I'll be campaigning up and down our state. I look forward to speaking with each of you individually, and thank you so much for having me tonight.
Dr. Kelly?